Is it working? Yep, there we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrick Gore, and I'm a speech student at the University of North Florida, and today I'll be presenting you with my informative speech on the ways in which water, specifically ocean water, is harmful. Pollution of ocean water is harmful. Did you know, according to the Conserve Energy, over 1 million seabirds are killed by ocean pollution each year? 300,000 dolphins and porpoises die each year as a result of becoming entangled or discarded in fishing nets. Among other items, 100,000 sea mammals are killed by the ocean pollution each year. Just from a few of these statistics, you can see that ocean pollution takes a huge toll on our environment. The topic that I'm going to be informing you on are the ways in which water pollution is harmful. To define this topic, marine pollution is spreading of harmful substances such as oil, plastic, industrial and agricultural waste, and chemical particles into the ocean. Through my speech, I'm first going to give you some background and explain what causes ocean pollution, then go into how it is harmful to marine life, the environment, and also humans. First, I want to elaborate on the effects on marine life. Animals can mistake trash as food and ingest it, or even get wrapped in those pollutants, causing them to harm or even die. Oil spills physically harm animals, not only fish, but also seabirds, because oil floats on the surface of the water because it is less dense. For example, it can get into a fish's gills, get into the feathers of birds, making it hard for them to move and making them vulnerable to predators. Long-term effects would be causing cancer, reproductive issues, and even death, making species more vulnerable to extinction. Cleanup methods sometimes do more harm than good. The detergents used to disperse the oil can actually be more toxic than the oil itself. Chemicals from industries have the overall effect on the food chain because it can get into oceans and run off and are consumed by small animals, and these animals are then consumed by larger animals, and so on. Migration, if pollutants harm the vegetation primary producers, such as trash getting wrapped around plants causing them to die, it causes other animals to move to the habitat that has its resources for them to survive, because plant life is the start of the food chain, and the rest of the marine community won't be able to thrive because the pollution has destroyed its habitat. Finally, extinction. Like I said, these pollutants are causing these animals to die, and if pollution continues, then animals will keep dying and possibly kill off a species. Moreover, pollution can also infect the environment. As I mentioned before, oil floats on top of the water and blocks sunlight from getting into other organisms on the ocean floor and harms coral reefs. And the coral reefs are extremely important to the marine species biodiversity. They also act as a specialized niche and a habitat for other animals to thrive. It causes also a rise in ocean temperature and takes animals years to evolve to adapt to these new temperatures and live in the little change that could kill a whole species. It also causes a rise in sea level, which is a common problem we are seeing in modern society. Pollution causes global warming, which causes the oceans to raise in temperature, which ultimately causes sea level rising. Lastly, pollution also affects humans. It affects humans' health, for example. If a human is to ingest food or sea life that has been contaminated by other pollutants into the ocean, then they risk their own health, which could possibly cause cancer or long-term defects. It also affects our economy. If animals are migrating and dying off from a certain area, humans are also affected because of the fisheries. Business is going to be desperate and cannot harvest the marine organisms for food. Jobs. Fishery jobs are also lost because the ecosystem is destroyed. As mentioned before, sea rise doesn't only affect the environment, but it can contaminate our drinking water and interfere with our farming. Aquatic organisms are not the only species affected by marine pollution. Humans as well put themselves and the economy at risk. So overall, to summarize, the majority of pollution caused by human activities is harmful to marine life, the environment, and humans. There are no boundaries on marine pollution. It can travel and float anywhere, and that's why it's important that we control and limit to conserve the environment and its resources. So next time you forget to recycle or litter, remember you're not only hurting yourself, but one of the world's largest ecosystems. Thank you.
Well done. Good job, man.